Woo! What's going on, guys? Orange Form coming at you today with another video. Today's the aftermath, baby, of the NFC wildcard game. Rams at the Lions. Lions win this one 23-24. Woo! Feels good, man, to be a winner. Feels good to be a winner. First time in 30 years winning a playoff game. Proud of these Detroit Lions. Played a good game. You know, they kept a hot team coming in, like the LA Rams coming in. They were hot. Didn't get a ton of love from the national media on this. A few guys like Rex Ryan. You saw a couple guys on NFL Network, like Kyle Brandt, Jamie Erdahl. There was a few guys on Fox that took us too. I think Jimmy Johnson took us, Gronk. So, you know, we got a little bit of love, but it was mainly LA Rams coming to this game, man. Not a lot of people gave us a lot of credit. Even 97 won the ticket. Even 97 won the ticket, the local media show for Detroit. Basically, all those guys pretty much went against the Detroit Lions. You know, playoff game, first time 30 years. It was great, electric. I wish I could have been there. I was at a bar though, so I know celebrating with my wife. I had some buddies there. She had some friends. It was great. It was great atmosphere at the bar too. 519 Beer House, man, in Tecumseh there. But let's get to the injuries, guys. You know, I was at a bar, so I didn't really get to see. You know, I watched the game, obviously. I watched every second of the game. But usually when I'm watching this game at home, sometimes I take notes. Not all the time. But I didn't have that really luxury of doing that. I did have a pen and paper, though. I did have pen and paper because I do a podcast at that bar before every football game. So, and yeah. But the injuries, didn't really see a ton. I did see the Tyler Higbee injury later in that game. Kirby Joseph went low on him, hit him. Made a great defensive play. I think it was an incomplete pass as well too, and that's a clean hit, by the way. Just to let everybody know that's a clean hit. That's, you know, I know that's the second time that that Joseph has done that. He did it to T.J. Hawkinson a few weeks back, and now he did it to Higbee. Higbee's a 255, 260 pound tight end, and Kirby's at what, 200, 205, 210, whatever he weighs. It's a 40, 50 pound difference. Kirby Joseph's not going high. He's not going high on that because he's going to get obliterated, okay? He's going to get obliterated. So the smart play to do is go low. You're taught that in football. So people say, well, why go for the knees? Hey, man, he's not trying to decapitate him. He's not trying to hurt him. But that's a guy, that's a play. That's a play that you're taught as a DB. If a bigger guy's coming at you, you're told to go lower. You're just told to go lower, man. And he made a good defensive play. Turned him up, spun him all over the place. I'm sorry that he got hurt, but it wasn't. I don't think it was intentional. I don't know Kirby Joseph, the man, but that's what you're supposed to do. That's basically that's football 101. So people that are crying that we're a dirty team, shut up. That's all I can say. And the Lions, you know, I didn't really notice a lot of injuries either. Nothing really reported. You could tell Laporta was a little bit hobbled in that game. We'll talk about that a bit too as well. Now go to the stats, go to the Rams first because they are the home team. Quarterback Matt Stafford had a good game, man. He was 25 for 36, 69.4% completion percentage, 367 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He was sacked a couple times as well. Rushing the ball, running back Kyron Williams, 13 for 61 yards. He looked like he got a little bit banged up during that game, but he was still running for 4.7 yards a carry. And then running back Ronnie Rivers, 3 carries for 9 yards on 3 yards a carry. 68 total yards rushing the football. You know, like we say, man, the Lions play the run really, really well. You know, Kyron was having some good moments there. Like I said, he did get a little bit banged up because we saw a little bit more Ronnie Rivers in the game. Caught a few passes as well, Ronnie Rivers. But we held him in check, man. Kept off the scoreboard as well through the air. On the ground. The receiving for the Rams, wide receiver Puka Nacua, doing Puka things. 9 catches for 181 yards. Touchdown, 20.1 yards a catch, 10 targets. He set like a rookie record. He was awesome. He was uncoverable. Like there was a point in that game where we saw Matt Stafford throw in between 4 guys, and Puka came down with the football. It was a perfectly thrown ball. Puka kind of went up and got it. But it was just like, he trusts that kid. He absolutely trusts that kid, and he had a tremendous day. Got in the end zone and everything, man. He is a force. He's going to be fun for that team for years to come. Then wide receiver Demarcus Robinson had 3 catches for 44 yards, 14.7 yards a catch, 6 targets. Tutu Atwell had one catch for 38 yards and a long score. It was a touchdown. 38 yards a catch, obviously, only targeted one time. I forget who he beat there. I think it was C.J. Gardner-Johnson. C.J. Gardner-Johnson just missed the ball. Didn't really know the outcome was going to come like that. But, he kind of just missed the ball. Looked like he was trying to go for the pick. And he just kind of went out of his outstretched hands. Then running back Ronnie Rivers, like I said, he had 3 catches for 35 yards, 11.7 yards a catch on 3 targets. And then Cooper Kupp, he was held up pretty good. 5 catches, 27 yards. He's probably still a little bit banged up. He had 5.4 yards a catch on 9 targets. So they were trying to get him involved, but they were guarding him pretty good. Defensive-wise, linebacker Ernest Jones had 9 tackles and a couple sacks, so the Rams had a forced fumble too as well. DB Quentin Lake, 9 tackles. DB John Johnson, 6 tackles. DB Russ Yeast, 5 tackles. And edge Michael Heicht, 6 tackles and a sack. So, yeah, man, the guys that I was really worried about were Aaron Donald, the Colby Turner, and Byron Young, the 2 rookies there. You know, Donald had a couple tackles there. He had 2-3 tackles as well. Got a couple pressures on Goff, though. Turner didn't see much from him. Didn't see much from Colby Turner. They blocked him pretty good. Young had a few tackles, but they held those guys in check for the most part, man. The O-line played exceptional again. They really did. Now the Lions, quarterback Jared Goff, he was 22 for 27 on 81.4% completion percentage. He was fantastic. He was winging the ball all over the place. He was playing a really good game. You could just tell that he was into it. 277 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 picks, and 3 sacks. Rushing the ball, running back, David Montgomery had 14 carries for 57 yards and a touchdown, 4.1 yards a carry. Running back Jahmyr Gibbs had 8 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown, 3.1 yards a carry. You know, they didn't run the ball overly great. They didn't have a great day on the ground, but they got in the end zone a couple times. You know, Montgomery was running the ball well, and just Goff was just throwing the ball well too. They're receiving Amon-Ra St. Brown, you know, as usual, 7 catches, 110 yards, 15.7 yards a catch, 9 targets. Then he had a huge catch at the end of the game to seal the win, and the Lions ran the clock out victory formation. Wide receiver Josh Reynolds had a big day. He stepped up, 5 catches for 80 yards on 16 yards a catch, 7 targets as well. They were trying to get him involved, and they did. Running back Jahmyr Gibbs, 4 catches for 43 yards. So Gibbs did his thing through the air too as well. 10.8 yards a catch on 4 targets. So looking good through the air too for Gibby. Wide receiver Jameson Williams only had 2 catches for 19 yards, 9.5 yards a catch, 2 targets. Got to get him more involved. He had that one nice catch where he was blanketed, and Goff fitted in, and he made a really nice catch. Then tight end Sam Laporta, he was 3 catches for 14 yards and a huge touchdown on a 4th and 1 that they went for it, and a 4.7 yards a catch on 3 targets. You could tell he was a decoy for most of the day. Got a couple looks though. I think they started off throwing the ball. I think in the first or second series he got a look right away, and you could just tell he was hobbling a bit. You could tell that knee isn't that good, but he did play. He had that big brace on, and he came up real clutch with that touchdown. And then Badgley hit that 54-yard field goal, which was really impressive too, man. He looked like he was even shocked he hit it. So that was kind of weird. That was kind of funny at the same time. But defensively, linebacker Alexander Zone had a nice day. He had 8 tackles. DB C.J. Gardner-Johnson, 7 tackles. Defensive end Aiden Hutchins had 6 tackles and a couple sacks. One was a gimme. One where Stafford kind of fell. Then Hutchinson kind of just went over there and touched him. But he did work for the other. And then linebacker Jack Campbell had 5 tackles, and nickel corner, and Brian Branch had 7 tackles as well. Now, just an overall, man, one of those edge of your seat type games. A little bit of back and forth. Lions never really gave up the lead. No, like not once the Lions really gave up the lead, but it was like, you kept seeing that the Rams would come back a little bit. Lions would score a touchdown or a field goal. Rams come back, touchdown, field goal for the Lions. Then it was 23. Then it was 23 to 24 at one point, and it was just like, we can't get the ball back to Stafford. Get the ball back to Stafford with like a minute and something left. The game's over, and the Lions never let that happen. So they played a great football game. The Lions offense, I think, played a real clean game. You could really tell that Goff was really into it. He had composure. He had some zip on the ball that I haven't seen in a long time. I haven't seen that in 3 years here with him. And don't mind me, I got a little bit of a cold. But yeah, he had some zip on that ball. He had composure. You could tell he was into it. And, they ran the ball well, got okay. They ran the ball okay, got in the end zone twice, which is huge, is what you want to do. But it was a very balanced game, I thought, for the Lions, man. Didn't give up a lot of stuff. Played really good football. Offensive line, I thought, played great. Reynolds doing his thing. Reynolds stepped up. Amon-Ra just being Amon-Ra, being one of the leaders on this team, and getting the ball into the player of the best player on offense, who was Amon-Ra St. Brown. Just shows how much trust they have in that kid. And he caught that big first down. The game was done. Victory formation. So, and then, the defense for the Lions. The defense for the Lions, man. They played that bend but don't break defense again. Played the run exceptionally well. Got a little bit of pressure on Stafford here and there. Stafford stepped out of some problems a few times. Got sacked a couple times, but we played the run well, like I said. But our secondary is, it's hit or miss mostly, and it's mostly miss, unfortunately. Cam Sutton is either playing hurt, or I know he's got a foot and a toe and a heel thing or something going on, but he's not playing good right now. Cam Sutton is not playing good, and the next round is not going to get any prettier. We'll see who we play yet. It's still going to be the Buccaneers or the Philadelphia Eagles. We don't really know yet. That plays tonight. But it was just, through the air, we got destroyed. 367 yards. Stafford threw or something like that. I think it was 367. 367. Just, didn't have a good day through the air on defensively. And Sutton's a big part of that, man. And it's not just the secondary's problem. We did get some pressure on Stafford, but, guys like Puka, we just couldn't stop him. He would be so wide open, it didn't even make any sense how open he was. And that goes to everybody, I think. But man, Cam Sutton, he's got problems. But he's a solid CB too, like I've been trying to say for a while. But he's not a bad corner. Just he's had a pretty rough go of it the last few months. And then the Rams offense, man, like I said, they threw the ball well. Puka. They did their thing. They couldn't really run on us too much. Connor Williams had a little bit of success early in that game. Looks like he got dinged up. I know they showed him on the sidelines a couple times. I couldn't hear what was really going on. It was pretty loud at the place I was. And, yeah, man, we just played the run well, and Stafford threw the ball well. So, basically, defense got to make a couple more plays. We didn't really create any turnovers at all whatsoever. Neither did the Rams on defense. But, I thought we played that bend but don't break. Gave up a bunch of big yards, but didn't let a lot of touchdowns being scored. Obviously a few scores, from Puka. Puka had a touchdown. Tutu Atwell had that that 38-yard touchdown too as well. So, through the air, man, that's going to be our Achilles heel through the playoffs. And we're just going to have to rely on some big plays from our playmakers. Like, going to have to come up with some turnovers, some big sacks from Hutch. And then, hopefully we can keep advancing. But round 2, mother, you know what, man? Let's go. We're going to round 2, the divisional round, the divisional games coming up now. No more wild card. This is it. We got some big things. And it's at home, man. It's in Detroit. It's in Detroit, too. Another home game. So this is fantastic. I love it. I really appreciate you guys, man. I really appreciate you guys for watching the video. Hopefully we can advance. I'll be coming up maybe some videos during the week and get to our preview down by the end of the week. And I think it's a Sunday game. I'm pretty sure it's the 4:30 game too. From what I kind of heard, Dan Campbell, saw some clips of Dan Campbell in the locker room. He was like, I think he said Sunday 4:30 because so I think we're the 4:30 game. Don't quote me. We'll kind of find out down the road, or probably tomorrow with that. It might even be out now. Who knows? But thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys coming to watch the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the bottom right. Don't forget the notification bell up top. Don't forget to like, share this video out. Comment the hell out of it. Really appreciate it, guys. One pride. Detroit for everybody. Let's go, baby. Round 2. Woo! Boom.